Good evening, and welcome. As the night folds softly around you, let your breath ease into a slower rhythm, like a quiet tide drifting toward the shore. The world outside grows dim and distant now, leaving only this warm cocoon of sound and stillness, a quiet space where forgotten lives drift gently back into view. Tonight, we walk through the soft shadows of history to meet a woman whose brilliance was nearly erased, a woman who began life in chains, but carried within her a quiet, inventive spark that would change the way people lived in small, crowded rooms. Settle deeper into your pillows. Let the tension fall away from your shoulders. This is the sleep history of Sarah Elizabeth Good, the first black woman in the United States to receive a patent. A woman shaped by hardship, guided by creativity, and remembered far less than she deserves. There is a gentle sorrow woven through Sarah's story, a low, persistent hum beneath the surface, the kind of ache that never shouts. It simply lives quietly, patiently, waiting to be acknowledged. Born into slavery, she entered a world that denied her place, denied her voice, and denied the possibility of invention. And yet, from this silence, she created something beautiful. Like Davenport's motor humming in a forgotten workshop, Sarah Good's folding bed would one day reshape homes everywhere. But the world she lived in was not ready to see her, just as it often fails to see the quiet minds who solve its most human problems. Sarah Good was born in 1855, in the final decade of American slavery. Her earliest memories would have been marked by boundaries she never chose, the rigid structure of bondage, the harsh reality of labor imposed on those with no rights. She learned early what it meant for space to be taken from you, what it meant to live within the narrow confines of someone else's will. But somewhere within her, there was a small, steady flame, curiosity mixed with resilience, the quiet intelligence of someone who notices what others overlook. Then came the Civil War, and with it, a monumental shift. Freedom did not arrive gently. It came through bloodshed, upheaval, and the determination of millions who demanded a different world. When slavery was abolished, Sarah stepped into a future where she had no map, no guidance, no resources, only possibility. She moved north to Chicago, carrying nothing but courage and the clothes she owned. No education, no savings, no introductions waiting to open doors. But she had her mind and her hands, and the will to build a life she had never been allowed to imagine. In Chicago, she found work as a furniture maker, a trade that shaped her future in ways no one predicted. She learned the nature of wood, the patience required to align joins, the balance of structure and beauty. Her hands became skilled, her eyes grew sharper, and as she walked the narrow hallways of tenement buildings, she saw something she couldn't ignore. Families crammed into small rooms where a single bed consumed nearly all the space. In these small, breathless rooms, parents and children shared one crowded space. A bed pushed against the wall, a stove squeezed beside it, a table, if there was one at all, shoved into a corner. There was no room for movement, no space for dignity. Sarah saw not only the hardship, she saw the solution hiding beneath it. And so she imagined a bed that could transform, a bed that could disappear when not in use, a bed that could become a cabinet, elegant, functional, space-saving, something that would allow people to reclaim their homes, even if only a few extra feet at a time. In her workshop, she began to experiment. She tested hinges, measured folding angles, studied how weight shifted, how panels could rise and lower without strain. She refined mechanisms, adjusted materials, and worked through trial after trial, not with teams or investors, but alone, guided by necessity and creative vision. In 1885, Sarah Good filed her patent application, and on July 14 of that year, she was awarded patent number 322777, becoming the first black woman in American history to receive a patent. A woman who had once been enslaved, now legally recognized as an inventor. But recognition did not bring opportunity. The powerful furniture manufacturers of Chicago, the ones who controlled production, dismissed her idea. They didn't see profit in a design meant to help poor families maximize their small spaces. They preferred to continue selling bulky, expensive beds. Her invention was brilliant, but brilliance alone does not always move markets. And so her folding bed did not make her wealthy. It did not elevate her name. It became a milestone unaccompanied by success. She continued creating furniture, living modestly, raising her family, and working with quiet persistence. She died in 1901, largely unknown, her name fading into the soft corners of history. And yet, her idea lived on. Today, folding furniture appears everywhere. Studio apartments, tiny homes, compact living spaces around the world. Murphy beds, convertible desks, wall-mounted cabinets, all echo the principle Sarah Good discovered more than a century ago. She saw a problem. She imagined a solution. She gave dignity back to the smallest rooms. And yet her name is seldom spoken. Tonight we speak it softly, with gratitude. As your breath slows and your mind settles deeper into the warmth of this moment, let Sarah Good's quiet brilliance rest beside you like a gentle companion. Let her story bring you comfort and a soft awareness of how many unseen hands shaped the world you live in. If this story has eased your night, if these whispered histories feel like a place where you belong, you're welcome to stay close to the Dozerian. Here, every night opens a doorway into another forgotten life. If you'd like these stories to find you again, softly, steadily, at the edge of sleep, you're welcome to subscribe. Not from urgency, but from belonging. a calm invitation to join thousands of night listeners who choose to end their day with truth, comfort, and the gentle beauty of history. Whenever the world grows heavy, the Dozerian will be here, whispering another forgotten story into the dark. Good night.